there were some difficulties, continuing difficulties between the shareholders, and there were threats of winding up the company, C.P.B.L. During that period, processing was occurring, and because of some of the problems in the industry, First Caribbean Bank, who was one of the primary lenders to the industry, had decided that it was going to freeze its working capital operations that it had with the industry. That created a significant shortfall in funds to pay the farmers for the oranges. You would pay the farmers a 65% of the value of estimated value up front, and then you pay the rest in as it is being sold or in certain payment schedule. The funds were just not there. This is when the government stepped in, and the government was able to negotiate some form of a truce. At that point in time, Social Security also had an outstanding loan with Citrus Growers Association. Negotiations were held with them where that loan was converted to shares. So Social Security is now a shareholder in C.P.B.L. This was in an effort to reduce losses, because if CJ was unable to pay, then you would never be able to collect, and to a great extent the loan was unsecured. That was a crop loan to help farmers deal with their crop inputs during the year on an ongoing basis. At the time of the negotiations, there was a dire need in the industry for cash to pay the farmers. In an effort to bring everybody to the table, the Prime Minister committed a $4 million advance on the conditions that we could agree to a memorandum of understanding that puts a new board in place, that puts the company on the right path. That was done, and the government advanced $4 million. This had to be done to deal with the short-term cash crunch, and in the interim, Social Security would negotiate with First Caribbean Bank on the buyout of their loan, and they did so at a discount. I think there was a 5% discount on the principal on the loan, so Social Security made a little gain in that capacity. That took a little while, but as they say, the horse to starve while the grass to grow. Funds had to be advanced, so the government advanced the funds to C.P.B.L. so C.P.B.L. could pay the farmers, with the agreement that when Social Security arranged for the financing, Social Security would repay the government of Belize, and that's what was done. So the $4 million that the government advanced to C.P.B.L. was repaid by funds from Social Security.
But there wasn't an initial mention in February of 2014, when this transition took place, that Petrocaribe funds would have been used for that specific purpose, the $4 million in question.
I don't know if it was mentioned or not that that was the source of the funds. As far as the industry was concerned, it was well-needed funds. Whether or not the government used that as its source, I don't know.